Hello everyone, I'm happy to see you at our last webinar. So I'm excited to summarize everything that we learned and prepare everything that we have revised with you. So today we will work with you with the most difficult topics as that I have chosen and the one that you have asked for. And we will discuss some frequently asked questions, and you will have some time to ask your questions, and we will discuss them all together. So then we are going to start. And as you remember, the previous time we worked with you on present tenses, as a part of our revision. And today we're going to work with past tenses. And as you know, we have 4 past tenses. These are past simple, past perfect, past continuous, and past perfect continuous. So let's start with the easiest one, and let's discuss past simple. So we use past simple when we want to talk about an action which happened at definite time in the past. For example, yesterday, 2 days ago, in 2025, in the 30th century, and etc. So you know when this action happened. Also, we use past tense when actions happened immediately one after the other in the past. For example, I brushed my teeth and had breakfast. So we had these two actions mostly at the same time, approximately at the same time. So one stopped, and the other immediately began. And we also use past simple if we want to discuss past habits. So we use this, for example, I drank a lot of milk, for example, when I was a child. So that was my past habit. And we can also replace this past tense with such words as used to and would. I used to cut my hair every 3 months, for example, but now I don't do it. So you can sum up this tense and revise it for now. Also, we use with you past continuous. It's more difficult tense, and it is the action which was in progress at some stated time in the past. For example, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. yesterday, or at 5 o'clock yesterday. So you exactly know that this action was long and it was lasting for some time. And we can also use with you past continuous if we want to talk about action which was in progress when another action interrupted it. For example, I was doing my homework when my brother came home. So I had a long action and then it was interrupted by a short one. And we can also use past continuous if we have 2 parallel actions. I was doing my homework while my friend was speaking on phone. So there we have 2 parallel actions and they don't interrupt each other. So you can see that when we talk about parallel actions, we use with you while, and when we talk about action that was interrupted by another action, we use with you when. So you need to remember what words we put with these actions. And we are moving on to past perfect, and this is the action which happened before another action in the past, or before some stated time in the past. For example, I had studied at school before, COVID started. So before COVID started, I had finished my school, yeah? And we can understand that it was before some stated time, or I had done my homework before my friend came to me. So firstly, I finished it, and then my friend came. There, you can see that we can use past tense, and we can use with you past perfect. But the main difference when we use with you two actions in past simple, it means that they happened immediately one after the other. But if we talk about past perfect, firstly, this action finished, like he had finished school, and only then we had some, I don't know, time before some action started, the next one. So we don't have like this immediate change of the actions. And we can also use past perfect continuous as an action which started in the past, finished in the past, but we want to have this emphasis on the duration. I had been preparing for NMT for 3 months before I received the invitation, for example. So I had this time to prepare, and then I received the invitation. So you can sum up what you have, and let's check the formulas of these tenses. So if we are talking about past simple, we use subject, then we use verb in the second form, and object. I did my homework. If we use past perfect, it is subject, had, verb in the third form, and object. I had done my homework. Past continuous. Subject was verb, and object. I was doing homework. And the last past perfect continuous, it is subject, had been, verb with ing, and object. I had been doing my homework. So now, not for me only to speak, but I want us to practice. We will have with you 10 sentences where you need to write the correct form of the verb. So now we are using only past tenses. So let's start with the first. And we have here, they walk in the park when the storm broke. Okay, they were walking in the park when the storm broke. So there we had a long action interrupted by a short action. Number 2, the man paid for his new car in cash. I want to remind you that we use only past tenses. So the man, we talk about a general fact in the past. What about number 2? Okay, the man paid for his new car in cash. Because there we use just past simple. We don't have any action before another action. We don't have any progress, so it's just a fact in the past. Number 3, I already eat breakfast by the time the others woke up. Let's check the third form of eat. So we have eat, ate, and the third is eaten. So I had already eaten. One action before another past action. Firstly, I did this, and only then the others woke up. Number 4. It snowed for 3 days when suddenly the sun came out. Okay, I can see only one answer, and it is snowing and was snowing. Okay, so there we are emphasizing on the duration that firstly it had been snowing for 3 days, and only then the sun came out. Okay, number 5. Sam worked here for 6 years before he left to go to university. So there we are talking about duration of the action. And I don't see your answers. Had worked. Okay, had been working, as there we have with you for 6 years, but had worked is also possible with such words as work, teach, live, and study. We can use both past perfect and past perfect continuous if we want to describe action that was long before some period of time. Okay, number 6. Liz go to the Bahamas for her holidays last year. I can see the message about past irregular forms. So I think we can check them right now for you to just recap them. So Liz, yeah, it's correct. Liz went to the Bahamas last year. We have some stated time, and it's clear that it is just a fact in the past. We watch a film on TV when our guests arrived. Okay, I already see number 9, but I don't see number 7. We had been watching, had watched. So there we had a long action, and our guests interrupted us. So we were watching. Okay, number 8. They already see the film twice at the cinema when she rented it on video. What can we use here? Okay, there we are talking about one action before another past action, and there we use they had already seen. Okay, please remember past perfect is had plus third form, not have. Have seen, it is present perfect. Okay, number 9. The teacher teach the children a song yesterday. So there we use taught, as we talk about just general past fact. And the last, he sit on the train at this time yesterday morning. He was sitting on the train at this time yesterday morning. So, as I can see, let's quickly check some past tenses. And could you please write 3 forms of the verb take? So I need, okay, take, took, taken, correct. What about the word for bid? Okay, the next one will be forget. Okay, beat, beaten. Forbid, forbade, forbidden. Okay. And forget, the next. Okay, forget, forgot, forgotten. And let it be bring. Okay, bring, brought. Okay, thank you. So as I can see right now, you may have some problems with the third form, but in general, according to your answers, I can't say that you don't remember them at all. So I think we can move on to the next part of our revision. And the last time you asked me about such words as another, other, and the other. And that's true that sometimes we can face this question in the test. So let's discuss it like broader. And let's start with the word another. So when we are talking about the word another, we use it only with singular countable nouns. So we don't use it for plural, we use it only for singular. And it means that one more. For example, can you manage another piece of cake? Can you manage one more piece of cake? You wouldn't remember me. I was in another group. I was in a different group. And he tried his fortune in another city. He tried his fortune in an alternative city. Other, we use with plural or uncountable nouns, and they mean different, additional, or extra. Does life exist on other planets? So it means that does life exist on different planets, like some additional planets? We dispute with each other on various issues. So there we are talking about with we disputed with all of us, with different people. And I'm sorry, but I have other plans. I'm sorry, but I have different plans. Okay, and the other we use with singular nouns, plural nouns, countable and uncountable. So there you have a lot of options, but it means the second of two things. Sally is starting to play with the other children. So we had, while the other children played together, Ted ignored them. So we had kind of like two groups of children, and she started to playing with the other part. So you can just remember, another, it is one more or alternative, other, it is different or additional, and the other, it is second of two things, people, animals, or groups. Now we will discuss it more. And as I said, when we talk about the word another, we have such rule that we can't use another or other with plural form. So if we want to say, I want to talk to others doctors, we can't say it in plural. We can't say others. We need to say, I want to talk to other doctors. So we are talking about like different doctors. And if we are talking about the word another or others, so as you remember, we use it only with singular form. And others we use without a noun after it. I don't want to use these glasses. Aren't there any others? So it means that other glasses. So if you don't want to say it again, you can just say any others, and it means do you, like are there any other glasses? So word others isn't followed by a noun. Після others ніколи не стоїть іменник. Просто запам'ятайте. And one more rule about other and others. So let's see. We usually use other and plural form. I want to see other shops before deciding, like, yeah, different shops. And others is not followed by a noun. And if we are talking about, and if we're talking about the other and the others, just remember that we can use the other with a noun and without a noun. If we talk about the other plus a singular noun, it means the second. But if we use the other as a pronoun that is not followed by a noun, it means like the same, the second of two things. For example, this computer here is new. The other is about 5 years old. Тобто, якщо ми говоримо про слово the other, ми можемо його вживати як з іменником, так і без іменника. В будь-якому випадку воно буде вживатися як якби другий, або друге з чогось. Наприклад, цей комп'ютер новий, інший комп'ютер йому вже 5 років. And if we're talking about the other plus plural form, it means the remaining people. Joel and Karen are here, but where are the other kids? Тобто у нас вже є ось ці дві дитини, Joel and Karen, but other kids, it's remaining kids in the group. So now, I want us to work with the task and choose the correct option. But before, one more time, let's remember. We use another with singular, other with plural and uncountable means different, additional, the other, countable, uncountable, the second of two things, and the others we use when we talk about some remaining things, and we don't put others with a verb. So let's start with the first, and I can see already some answers, and let's start with the first sentence. I have been to New Zealand, Australia, and many other countries. So, and many different other countries. Okay, good. I'd like another, others, other coffee, please. So in number 2, we want to say like one more, and it is another, sure. There is shoe. There is only this one in the shoe rack. There is the other, yeah, one more shoe in this rack. Okay. Number 4. I think you should see people. I should see other people. Okay. I've talked to Josh and Sarah, but I haven't talked to students yet. To the other students yet. Okay, correct. He has 2 brothers. One is tall and handsome, but the other is short and unattractive. Yeah, when we talk about the other, it is like the second, but the second is the short and unattractive. Ask me question if you want. I know all the answers. Ask me one more question if you want. I know all the answers. Correct. Number 8. Forget about this now. We have problems. Okay, we have other problems, like different problems right now. Only 2 computers work, all don't. All others don't. Okay, and number 10. Some people voted yes, some people voted no, and didn't vote. And others, like the rest, didn't vote at all. Okay, good. So, as I can see, it's clear about this topic, so we can move on. Just remember, another we use when we talk about one more. Other we use when we talk about different or like alternative. The other we use when we talk about some second things. Others and the others we use without noun, and we use it when we talk about the rest of some people, things, and etc. Okay. So what do you think? What have I chosen for the next topic to revise? What would you say about it? What could it be? And I have a question about other question. If we're talking about singular here, we have question. I wouldn't say that we use other, because other is mostly used with plural words. The other can be with question, but other no. Okay, you think it's conditionals? Okay, actually I have chosen modals, As you know, at NMT we may phrasal verbs. Okay, we sometimes have them at NMT, especially when we're talking about models of obligation. So right now, I want us to just take a look at them and quickly remind you about their functions. So must and have to we use when we talk about rules. Must, it's our internal rule when we want to do something, or it's like a strict rule of like some laws. For example, when we're talking about some rules of school. Have to, it's more external rule when some people say what to do. Mustn't, it is a synonym to the word can't, or it's not allowed. So there we need must, it's like it's forbidden, you can't do this at all. Don't have to, we use it when we want to say that something is not needed to do, and you just say don't have to. And should is the last one here. It is the model of advice. We can also use had better. Don't forget that should and had better we use with verb without to, but we also have with you ought with to, and also we can describe advice with it. Models of necessity, this is need to and have to when something is necessary, don't need to and don't have to when something is not necessary. And models of permission, it's when we have can, could, may, might. Could, may are more formal, can is less formal. And if we're talking about the last, if we're talking about the past, you can say were allowed and couldn't. And the last part of our verbs, this is can't. It can't be true, yeah, it's like 100% impossible. May, might, could, it's when you don't, you are not sure whether it will be. And must, it must be true. It's when you're sure that it is 100% possible. So right now, what is our task? You need to find the synonym to the word that is underlined. So you can see the first sentence, you should visit them. So let's think, what can we put there? I hope you see it well. Okay. So you should visit them. We are talking about advice, and it is be, because ought to is also used for advice. Number 2, you mustn't use the swimming pool before okay, you mustn't okay, you mustn't is the same as can't, so it is C. Number 3, we have to clean our room every day. We ought to, we should, or we've got to. Ought to, it's slid було б. So if we're talking about have, it's повинен, but ought to and should, it's like краще б або слід. So you have to clean, it is should. You can put it here. You must come and see this. So it we can replace it with the word have to. So it's like a strong advice for you, a strong piece of advice. You mustn't arrive late. you aren't allowed to arrive late. And I want to emphasize here that when we have with you, when we don't have to, it's not equal to mustn't. Mustn't – це заборона. Don't have to – це ти вибираєш, чи хочеш ти цього робити, чи не хочеш. Тобто тут у вас є вибір. Якщо ти це зробиш, it's okay. Якщо ти цього не зробиш, it's also okay. Але mustn't – це прям 100% no. Number 6. You shouldn't go so fast. It's a bit dangerous. Okay. You mustn't. Yeah, here, in this case, it's not like advice, yeah? It's a strong recommendation for you. So it's better not to go so fast. Do I have to go to the meeting with them? Okay, so there we talk about rules. And must I go to the meeting with them? I have to get up early. I must get up early. You mustn't take that elevator. It's only for staff. So you aren't allowed to. And the last, we aren't allowed to play outside under any circumstances. Ought not to, mustn't, or shouldn't. It is mustn't. So mustn't, it's prohibition. Have to, it's a rule. Should, ought to, had better, advice. And can, I think, it's ability. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next topic, and that will be passive voice. So right now I want you to remind how we create passive voice. So passive voice we form by using some form of to be plus verb insert form. The emails were delivered. The emails have been delivered. The emails will be delivered. So in every sentence we have be and third form, and we always start the sentence with the object. And in case if you don't remember passive voice, but you have it on test, коли у вас є варіанти відповіді, і коли у вас на тесті раптом з'явиться passive voice, як ви можете його розпізнати? First of all, we don't have the doer of the action. So, for example, the documents were lost. If we imagine, that this here we don't use with you, for example, we have documents and lost. So it's clear that it is passive voice because the documents can't go and can't, lose something. So there we need to use with you passive voice. And also we can use passive voice if we want to emphasize the action or the object, not the subject. A new law was passed yesterday. And you have, for example, 3 options. Was passed, had been passed, and just passed. So there we need to remember the form of passive voice, be third form, and we need to choose was passed. Тобто, коли у вас раптом в тесті з'явиться passive voice, ви маєте зрозуміти, чи тут у нас наголос на дії, чи на суб'єкті, хто робить цю дію. І чи маємо ми людину, яка взагалі його робить. І якщо її немає, якщо це не жива істота, але у нас є якесь дієслово, яке ми маємо вставити, то тут, напевно, буде стояти або passive voice, або якийсь прикметник. Тому, будь ласка, коли ви аналізуєте текст, І якщо ви не знаєте, яку точно ви маєте вживати форму, подумайте, чи це фокус на дії, чи фокус на людині, яка це робить. І задавайте собі питання, щоб зрозуміти логіку цього речення. And of course, now we are going to practice with passive voice. So let's do this task and check what we have. So we remember. We have to be, it is was, it is has been, had been, will be, and we use the third form. So the store is conveniently located. So we use the third form here. The annual conference held in the city every year since 2005. So there we have got with you a helpful word, since 2005. З чогось. So here this action started in the past and continues up to now. So the annual conference has been held. The relocation plan pleased most executives. So there you need to use only one word. So is, was, has. Maybe it's not passive. So here we can understand that this plan actually did this task. So it has pleased most executives. So there we need to use with you active. Цей план порадував виконавців. So here you can understand what we have. So it is active. And I can see the question, like, can I ask you a question? Of course you can ask, so write in the chat. Copies of the report distribute at tomorrow's meeting. Okay, copies of the report will be distributed. Okay, good. So we use with you just future simple. In addition to new chairs and tables, walls were painted last month. The new carpet will be by the end of this week. Will be installed. Right. Number 7. The seminar was cancelled because the invitations were not printed. So we need to use the third form. If the waiter cannot handle your request, the captain will assist you. So there we use with your active voice because the captain actually will do this action, will help you. Number 9. Hotel employees are required to knock before entering the rooms. Are required. And number 10. 25 applications have submitted for the position of desk clerk. Have been submitted for the position of desk clerk. Okay, so there we use with you past present perfect, as our focus is on the result, is on the number of this application that were submitted. Okay, so now we are going to move on, and we will work with one more topic, that is determiners, and such words as each, every, and all. Now, let's quickly read this theory, and we will work more with practice. So each we use with singular countable nouns, so we don't use each with plural. We also use it in the expression each other, and we can also use it when we work with word each of. For example, I know each of you, for example. And we can also use each as an adverb. For example, I booked 3 cabins and they cost $200 each. So you can put it in the end of the sentence. Every, we use the same with singular countable nouns, but usually we use every when we refer to 3 or more things. So if each is mostly about 2 things, but every is more about a group of people. And we can also use every with almost, nearly, practically, like almost everybody, nearly every person, practically every homework was done. And all we use with plural verbs and with such words as day, week, month, year, and etc. So there you can see these rules again. Every we can use when we say how often something happens. Each is used for 2 things or persons. Each of is followed with by of, and we use their plurals or singular verbs. Every the same has a similar meaning to all, and each can be used before a verb. So let's check what we have, and we have only 6 sentences there, and let's complete them. John has to go to Italy. Every or each? Every 10 weeks or so. Team can have 6 players on the ice during a hockey game. Each team can have 6 players on the ice hockey during a hockey game. Why do we have each? Because there we talk about 2 teams. Because in hockey we have only 2 teams. Of the fonts was slightly different. Each of the fonts, because we use only each with the preposition of. I understand most of what she says, but not but not every word. Nearly, person has something secret he likes to eat. Nearly every person has some secret he likes to eat. The 6 boys received a new iPod. Each received a new iPod because it can be used before a verb. Okay, and to sum up our grammar, I want us to work more with vocabulary task, and we will have with you one more, the last task before we have questions. And let's read the history of t-shirt and choose the correct word. So we have only 5 questions, and I will remind you how we work with such texts. So first of all, when we work with use of English, when we work with vocabulary tasks, we need to check the context, what this author wants to say. Then we will guess the answer by ourselves. We won't look at the questions on the options. Then we look at the options and choose the word that fits the most. So let's start with the first one. And you think that the t-shirt remains as popular as ever. And that is correct, because it is still popular, so it remains. Залишається. That is correct. Number 24, it is 2. We talk about the period of time. And when we are talking about the periods of time, that is C. So during World War the First. And now 25. Due to their simple, and what we have, color, design, fashion, and print. So in this case, we talk about how it looks like, and if we're talking about something that is comfortable. So I hope you understand that it's not about colors, it's about designs. 26. The basic cotton t-shirt, making it even bigger, commercial. What do you have? You have success, profit. So we can make it an even bigger success, більшим успіхом. Okay, and the last, many other variations of the t-shirt. So what do we do into fashion? We won't go into fashion, we come into fashion, we move or enter. So surely this t-shirt came into fashion. So of course, I can see that you already practiced this text, and I hope, according to your answers, you remember all of these phrases. And right now, we will have with you some some questions, some frequently asked questions that we will discuss. And if you have your questions, you can type them right now in the chat, and we will discuss all of them. And the first question that I receive from time to time, it is, what task is better to start with? First of all, when we are talking about NMT, we need to remember that it is stress, and it is some new, new emotions, new place, new experience. So there you need to understand that everything is new for you. But before the test, I would really recommend you analyzing your knowledge, like what you know better, what you know worse, what is better for you, use of English or reading. So check your weaknesses and strengths, and then you will decide what is an easy task for you. So if reading is easy for you, you need to start with it. If grammar is easier for you, start with it. But take more time on difficult tasks, but don't focus only on them. Тобто, якщо ви відчуваєте, що у вас якесь важке завдання, але ви от на ньому зупинилися і більше нічого не робите. 5-6 одну хвилинку почекайте. Якщо ви не знайшли відповідь, зупиніться, перейдіть до іншого завдання. У вас є час зробити все, тому не зупиняйтесь на важких завданнях, старайтеся далі робити інші завдання. Краще відповісти на чомусь легшому, заробити бал, ніж просидіти 30 хвилин над одним важким завданням і потім спішити робити інші. Тому спочатку легкі, потім важкі. Then, the next question it is what should I do if I forget the word? Якщо ви забули слово, якщо ви забули фразове дієслово, по-перше, it's don't panic at all. Everything is okay, and the context will help you. So try to think what words you know already from this text, and try to cross out the words, the options that you already know. And if they don't fit the context, just skip them. After this step, you need to look at the whole sentence and try to guess the meaning of what we want to have in this place. Якщо ви не розумієте англійською, яке слово ви хотіли б тут бачити, спробуйте українською перекласти це речення і свій варіант туди внести, так скажемо. І тоді вже відштовхуватися від того, що ви знаєте, і від того, що ви б хотіли вже бачити. І тоді, можливо, з цим ви згадаєте це слово, або якраз використаєте ті варіанти, які ви не знаєте. And, as I said, think of similar words. And the next is how should I work with reading? We practiced with you a lot of strategies, and I want to remind all of them. When we are talking about reading, you need first of all to look through the text to catch the main idea. So you need to decide what this text is about. After that, you need to underline the keywords and think of some synonyms. Якщо ви пам'ятаєте, коли ми робили reading, у нас є якісь фрази, які дуже схожі, але вони перефразовані. Тобто це ті ж самі слова, але, наприклад, було decoration, стало restoration. Ви маєте це підкреслити і зрозуміти, про що цей текст. І якраз на цих keywords, в принципі, базується це завдання. І ви маєте їх знайти і потім змечити з відповідями. Also, if you look at the accompanying illustrations, перше завдання у нас іде з картинками. Перше, що ми можемо на них подивитися, ми можемо якби здогадатися, про що йде цей текст, але, як я і казала, don't rely only on them. Вони можуть вам допомогти, але ви подивилися і прочитали текст. Тому не забувайте, що текст – це найголовніше, що там є, не картинка. Then you choose the best option, and of course you need to make sure that the other options don't suit any of the text. Тобто ви, навіть якщо у вас є вже extra options, ви маєте їх проаналізувати, чи точно вони не підходять, чи ні. Then, when we are talking about fill in the gaps, your task is the same, to look through the text briefly. Why? Наприклад, ми беремо завдання з футболкою. History of the t-shirt. Ви маєте спочатку зрозуміти, про що цей текст, і зрозуміти, яка частина речення має бути в цьому пробілі. Object, time, place, everything. Так само це працює і з reading task. Тобто ви маєте зрозуміти, що саме хоче автор сюди вставити, і яку ще інформацію він хоче сюди вставити. І вже потім ви маєте перевірити, чи воно дійсно підходить цьому пробілу. Тут ви маєте звернути увагу на subject-verb agreement, тобто який у нас іде підмет-присудок, чи правильно вони стоять, noun, pronoun, наприклад, це у нас було he, а в відповіді am, тобто це не може бути, verb tense, of course, and etc. Then you reread the completed text and make sure the extra answers don't suit any gaps. And one more question. It is, what if I don't understand the text at all? I hope you practiced, and I hope you practiced the strategies that we worked. If you don't understand the text at all, it may be. Of course, it can happen. But you need, if you don't understand it at all, then read the questions. Read the questions, look at the questions, and understand what you need to find. Then you need to find some keywords, and then of course you need to work with your logic and with crossing out the options. So that's it. And the last, it is I think the most relevant for students. It is having not enough time. First of all, as I said, don't panic. Prioritize the task that you have. Try to think what is better for you to take the first, what is better to take the second. Then use the guess and go strategy. If you are stuck at the question, and these are like the last 10 minutes of your test, guess, and then skip it. Nobody will punish you if you made a mistake, but you will already try to guess this question. So don't leave any questions blank. And then read the questions, of course, first for reading tasks. And as you have some time to practice with a timer before the exam. As you can see, when we talk about the history of t-shirt, you made this task like you spent only 3 minutes to do it. Of course, it was like some text that you already know, but at home, when you have some time, practice with the timer and check how much time you need. So that was it. I can see that you don't have any questions. So the one thing that I wanted to say at the end of our webinars and at the end of our course, it's try to feel as calm as possible. Try to relax at this test. I'm sure that you know everything that you need. I'm sure that nothing will happen if you made some mistakes. Тож, головне, не переживайте, не накручуйте себе, не видумуйте 300 опцій, яких не було. Просто користуйтеся логікою, користуйтеся своїми знаннями, які ви здобули тут, здобули, коли ви практикувалися вдома. І загалом просто повірте в себе, як в вас вірять вчителі, як в вас вірю я. І я сподіваюся, що все у вас вийде. Ви закінчите школу так, як ви хотіли, ви вступите туди, куди ви хотіли. Тож не переживайте, готуйтеся, також відпочивайте перед тим, як прийти на екзамен, і все у вас буде добре. Тож, це був наш останній вебінар. Я дуже вдячна за те, що ви працювали зі мною, були дуже активними. Тож, дякую вам і гарних вам канікул, гарного вам екзамену. So, bye-bye. Have a good day.